Tell Bella to come here. No. Hi, everybody. We are joining you for our 5th episode of our series, Andre Property Group Quarantine series, where we're bringing you information not only on real estate, but also amazing guest speakers that can bring some happiness to your day. They can share some amazing information, hoping to give you something to keep past the time with this craziness and focus on some cool stuff and some positive things. We also are going to give you weekly real estate updates, as well as mortgage updates from Patty Dalcos with Guaranteed Rate. So on behalf of the Andre Group, Helen Kalansis, Joanne Castle, Twin Tran, Cheryl Prosperi, we welcome you. And Patty will join us later. And I'm so excited about our guest today. What I want to do is start my watch party here. So if everybody wants to join friends, are we live on Facebook, you guys?
I see you.
Okay, just want to make sure. So if everybody can share this on their personal pages so that we can get the watch party started, that would be fantastic. And then today I thought we'd make it fun and do a wine party, a happy hour. So if you want to take a second and go grab a glass of wine before we get started, please do that. Cheers to everybody. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
All right. Let me just do the watch party here and we can get started. I don't know why I'm not seeing it on Facebook. Oh, I think it's coming up. And then I'll pass it
started.
Over.
Please do that.
Okay.
Cheers to everybody. Happy Thursday.
All right, here we go. And watch party. Where is it? Sorry, you guys. I don't know why this is. All right, maybe we'll just have to skip the watch party today till I figure it out. All right, without further ado, I'm going to introduce the amazing Melanie Santostefano from Vicarious Multimedia. She is a marketing and public relations rock star, and she is going to talk to us today about much needed topic, how to discover resilience, creativity, and positivity in these uncertain times. So Melanie, thank you for being on with us today. Welcome.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here with you guys.
We're really excited, and I'll just let you get into it and make us feel good. Show us how we be positive.
All right. So when I was talking with Stephanie, I was mentioning to her that there's been a lot of positive stories I've stumbled upon over the last couple of months, just human spirit and people helping one another. And we both decided it would be great to give a little positive dose of information to everybody. So I did put together a little presentation on the things that I've uncovered. So I'll go ahead and start it. So I'm calling this silver linings through the pandemic because that's kind of been this mantra that I've had over the last couple of months. We have a communications firm and a lot of our clients had to communicate information all about COVID-19. So it wears on you. So I was kind of searching for some positivity through all of that. And so I've come up with the fact that there are many silver linings to this, and it's a matter of just kind of looking for them and highlighting them when you find them. So if anyone's like me, you know, everyone's had challenges in their lives. And the way I look at it and the way I'm seeing it even now with these challenges is that they're helping to change us. They don't need to make things worse. They just change us. So if you can look at it in that way. Resilience has always been something that I've had to have in my life as a business owner. I started my firm 16 years ago, and I've had to do a lot of changing around to continue to strengthen the company and bring on team members and make it strong. And it's a matter of just how you look at it. So instead of saying, oh my God, I can't take this anymore, it's more about, let's see how this can be made different and better and finding a solution in it all. And just basically, times like this are really challenging us to become leaders and find new ways to do things. And I think that's a test, and we can all try and win that test and succeed at that and be stronger and resilient and more creative. So that whole adage of when one door closes, another opens is kind of a lot of the philosophy that I'm finding, whether it's business, nonprofit organizations, the community in general, and just as a as a person, and friends of mine and contacts of mine too. So I'm going to go through those 4, different categories and show you some highlights that I've found. So what is our business? Just because I know enough about it to tell you what we've been doing. So as many are doing virtual client meetings, obviously, whether it's Zoom, whether it's GoToMeeting, and recently Zoom wasn't working. So we went ahead and did a Facebook Messenger video chat. So it's however you need to get it done. We did start a new video product called Vicarious Vision, where we started interviewing people who are doing things in different ways to kind of share that information with others who might be a little bit stuck in how to continue to do business in this new world. We also did something which I didn't initially think we were going to do. I had interviewed a young man in early February and really liked him and offered him a position to start on March 24th. And of course, March 12th hit, which is kind of my touch point date on when our communications started going out the roof with COVID-19. And initially he called me and said, what are we going to do? And I said, I really don't know. I had to think about how we would actually onboard a new employee without them actually being in our physical space, which we're a creative team and we're very collaborative. So not having that piece has been interesting, but not undoable. And so he did start on March 30th and has been working with us. We also had a bright-eyed, fun intern named Alex, and she's just a doll. And she too, I was like, how do I teach an intern without even being able to be with them and point things out? And I don't know, just kind of build a relationship with them. But she's starting this coming Monday, and we're going to make it work. Another thing that I've been doing is workshops to provide education. I did one yesterday, actually, and I put the little the flyer up there. So I basically just went over best practices for social media because social media usage is up 50%, almost 50% due to the pandemic. So you have a big captive audience. So I just went over a group of a couple dozen people on how to leverage that and utilize best practices. And of course, we need to have our happy hours virtually. So we do that. There is, besides the team meeting, we do need to stay connected. So, and it's a little bit tough when you can't be in the same physical space as somebody, but it's a way to stay connected. So those are the things that we've done. And then I actually wanted to highlight this, the Andre Property Group of At Properties Quarantine Series, because this too is creative, right? Stephanie and her team are bringing people together and making connections to keep people educated, inform them. I know the interior designer had a great giveaway. That's always fun too. And then add wine into the mix. I mean, what could be better? Now today we're talking about silver linings, and I know you're going to keep going. So I'm anxious to stay up with this because I just love the idea. I think it's what we need to do to just stay connected with one another. Mm-hmm. So we're going to move on to some nonprofits and what they're doing. So I do serve on the board of the Bridge Youth and Family Services, so I know a little bit more than others. But this one, right now, they of course can't be helping their clients, right? Physically, they can't have their clients with them with therapy, and the needs don't go away. If nothing else, they've gotten larger since the pandemic because can be emotionally taxing. So there's teletherapy going on, there's video counseling going on. There's also video groups for the young kids who are in the mentoring program where they can connect on Zoom. And the Bridge is having a virtual black tie. Virtual is the which I love that title. I didn't come up with it. It was our development director, Janet Gao. So it is the new black tie. It's the new everything. Virtual is everything. So we have to work with it. So on May 30th, which is a Saturday, everyone can get on Facebook Live and potentially win $3,000. Shop for some silent auction items, get dressed up, get a glass of wine or your favorite cocktail, and do some good. So that's the way that at least one nonprofit I'm aware of is making something out of what has happened. Another one is the Buffalo Grove Rotary Club. There's a restaurant in Buffalo Grove called the Continental. The owner's name is Pete, and he donated 200 box lunches for area healthcare workers and first responders at hospitals and emergency rooms who are treating COVID patients. And the Buffalo Grove Rotary Club delivered those. Not only, one thing to know is that a lot of the day healthcare workers are getting tons of stuff and people are forgetting the overnight shifts. So I'm on the Rotary Club, and we made sure that we had deliveries brought there at 10 at night too when that shift began, because we can't forget the overnight workers. So that's another way that people are just stepping in and being creative and trying to help. Another business that's doing something great, Slay Family Chiropractic, Katie and Quentin, I know them well. They did a clothing drive and a donation drive for wings when the pandemic started, when everyone else stopped their drives because they were concerned about social distancing. If you can see the middle picture, they just had people drop the items outside of their location and then Wings came to pick them up. I took this picture when I brought my donations because I had time to clean up my closet. And I met with the executive director who told me that this was the only place that was accepting any donations and it completely filled their shelters. And on a side note, domestic violence is unfortunately up because of the stay-at-home order, so they have more need than ever. So that was just a great move by them. They also, on a weekly basis, are going to different restaurants and purchasing large gift cards, and then the restaurants are matching those and they're feeding the community for people who have lost their jobs. So that's just another way. And that's actually catching on. Tap House Grill and Dirty Nelly's in downtown Palatine partnered with a local nonprofit called PATH, Palatine Assisting Through Hope. And 2 days next week, they're going to be giving away 100 meals to in-need families who have unfortunately have parents who have lost their jobs. It's hard to think about it. I know real estate is doing well. Fortunately for us, we work with essential businesses, but to think of just losing your job in one flat minute, it's just, there are people out there suffering. So it's really good to know that there's restaurants stepping up. And I mentioned Karen Shucks. She's a former Tap House Grill employee that was unfortunately laid off because of the, restaurants are just at half function, right? And she is just doing this on her own volition. Her husband, Bill, donated hundreds of dollars in gift cards, and so did her Facebook friends. So it's like Karen and her husband and her Facebook friends are partnering with Tap House Grill and Dirty Nelly's, and they're going to be giving away hundreds of meals to people. So again, just another really nice, positive story of things going on in our community. And then bringing it more into our community. So I've had friends just stop by out of nowhere without telling me, and actually, Joanne, did you think that's you? Why are you covering your face? Does that look like your car? I can't hear you. Okay. Well, that's one of my friends, Jackie. It looks like Joanne's truck, so I didn't know if you thought that was you. But they just drove by and beeped their horns and waved at us. And it was really nice. It was probably in the first couple of weeks of the pandemic. And it was just nice to see faces. We've kept our social distancing, but we've had friends over for the fire pit in the backyard, just 6 feet away, trying to see faces of the people we love. Oh, that's what Joanne's looking at. Talking.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, banana.
I was looking at the truck because that looks a little bit like your truck, and I thought that, anyway, I forgot I put that on. Okay. Yeah, so
I'm just gonna drink my wine, it's fine.
You look adorable. We all look funny, but connecting with friends, having virtual happy hours, and then kind of just visiting with neighbors in the front of your yard. Those are neighbors that came over, and it's just nice to see people. It's hard. We can't connect like we used to. And so it's just nice to find creative ways. And then these are other ways that, these poor children, the COVID birthdays, right? They can't have birthday parties, so people are doing drive-bys and tossing out the gifts, and parents are buying big signs to honor their kids, and the neighbors are coming over. The picture in the middle with the big balloons, I literally went on a walk with my family on Easter morning, and this was just outside a residence near where I live. And it just was such a bright, happy thing to just see. It was, I kind of heard through the grapevine that the family did that just to bring some brightness to our neighborhood. So, and then the last one, though it's sad, it's also kind and wonderful, is that there was a young man that went to Palatine High School that passed away. I didn't know him, but he had a dirt bike accident, and I think maybe people did read about that. And there's been a GoFundMe that has raised $80,000 for this family. And the day that there's of course no funerals, right? But if you see the picture, it's from a Daily Herald article. I was actually at the stoplight watching hundreds of cars. I was at a stoplight stop for 30 minutes. That's how many people supported this young man's family. There was Andrew Strong was kind of, the signs were stuck everywhere. There were cars and bumper stickers, and it was just it was sad, but it was also really wonderful to see the community coming together for a family that lost a 16-year-old son. So I just, those are just a few examples that I've come across, and it's inspiring and it's heartwarming, and it's something that I think all of us can think about what little things that we can do to try and help people. It's not easy. It's easier for some than others. It's harder for some than others. And so these are just some examples of things that are going on. So I'm hoping that this can help to inspire people or help people to bring out these other good stories, because there's plenty out there. So I guess the question is, like, how can you make a difference? These are lemons, right? And we got to make lemonade out of the lemons, because what other choice do we have? So that's just a little snapshot of the things I found. And I'm glad I had a chance to just let people know about those. So. And then the last thing, just, that's us. We're a communications firm. We do anything dealing with the written word, graphic design, web design, all of that. And that's that. So that's it.
Thank you so much. And I wanted to ask you, what, as far as the public relations marketing aspect of it all, how do you think, besides, Facebook and social media and things, how should people be reaching out right now? I mean, even to their friends, right? Like, do you have any other ways or companies that you know of? Like, a neighbor of ours had a Kona ice truck come to our neighborhood, which was amazing. And you could order, and it was really cool because all the neighbors were in their driveways, So any other cool ideas that you've seen that you can give people just to reach out? What should people be doing?
I just, these whole kind of video messages, people are sending video messages to their clients, to their friends. That's kind of a personal thing. The drive-bys and trying to make at least somewhat human contact in some way. I love the Kona ice. Maybe like the Good Humor Man drops by and throws a bunch of popsicles on the front lawn. I don't have any specific ones for PR wise. What are you going to say, Joanne?
A neighbor of ours had the Oscar Mayer Wiener car truck come over here.
Hot dogs?
Yeah, the big giant hot dog truck.
Do they have hot dogs in them, or is it just drive around?
I don't even know, because I didn't catch it that day, but the whole neighborhood was talking about it. It was parked on the next block over, and the kids all got to look at it and take pictures with it. I don't think there's hot dogs in it. It's just shaped like a hot dog. And then our neighborhood also had one of those inflatable costume parades where they had like the inflatable dinosaur. One person was an inflatable penguin. One was like, they were all different creatures, and they just marched down the sidewalk 6 feet apart to make people smile.
I like that.
Awesome. Well, I think we challenge Facebook. Why don't you message us, comment on this video, and tell us if you know of any businesses that are bringing fun to neighborhoods to bring people together, or fun birthday ideas. I know the birthday sign business has just boomed.
Yeah.
They're really great ideas, and tag local businesses, and we'll get it out there to everybody, share some ideas of different ways to help bring positivity and light to this crazy time. So, yeah. So reach out to Melanie if you have any questions about marketing, public relations, communications. They're fantastic. We've met with her a ton, and she is full of great ideas and great business. I know you work with a lot of municipalities. So anything you can share with us on how they are, I know policemen and fire trucks, birthday parades, anything like that.
Yeah, it's funny because the hard thing is everybody wants the firefighters to come and drive by the house, and unfortunately they're tending to COVID-19 patients, so it gets a little, I know they try when they can. In general, it's been tough on local government. They have services to provide, and that's, you pay taxes, so that can't stop. So they really had to do a complete pivot to make sure that services are continued received by their residents, right? Police and fire and public works, those are the three, right? You need if there's a huge main break, they need to handle it, whether there's a pandemic or not. Obviously, police and firemen and paramedics. The paramedics' big challenge is people will call 911 and they're afraid to say that they have symptoms. So those paramedics are walking into a circumstance that they're not sure if their safety is 100%. So it's a really challenging time for many. And since we do communicate on their behalf, they are a good part of our client list. It's been stressful. We're starting to come down where things are kind of, we're almost getting into like a new normal. It's a little more calm, like we kind of get it now. But the first couple of months of this, it was like a information whiplash for everybody. You know, just every day it's something new and something you're going to go, oh my God. So it's just been an interesting time.
Does anybody else have any questions for Melanie at all? I'm checking all of our chats. Anybody from their watch parties or anything?
I couldn't get my watch party going.
Oh,
I'll have to do it after.
you definitely can. All right, let's see. We'll wait a couple seconds for any questions. Let me check. That was me. All right, well, you know what? You're going to stay on. So if anybody has any questions, we'll ask them as they come in. But thank you so much. Thanks. So I wanted to give a quick real estate update. Patty's going to give a mortgage update. And then to keep with the theme, my daughter Bella was going to do a little song for everybody. She's been doing her own thing on YouTube and Facebook and social media. Bella sings for Smiles. So she said she would do a little something to leave us with to end the meeting today later after Patty and I talk, to kind of bring smiles to everyone's faces and have them have a nice day. So without further ado, I am going to pass the torch to Patty Delkos from Guaranteed Rate to give us her weekly mortgage update.
Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for having me again. I'm getting used to this weekly series. I'm enjoying it. It's something to look forward to every week. So thanks, Stephanie. Melanie, what a great presentation you had. I love the shout out to people, to the individual businesses, to all the things that people in your communities are doing to help. It's inspirational, actually. I didn't even think about being able to reach out to somebody to donate all the clothes, that you've been cleaning out your closets with, and domestic shelters, things of that's such a huge need. And thanks for that light bulb moment that just went off in my brain. I hope everyone was listening to that. I think it's in times of crisis that if we can help, we should be able to help. And that's something that we can all do and still socially distance and maintain safety and still help at the same time. So thanks so much for bringing that up. Let's talk about interest rates and where we are today. Rates are incredibly low. I know I keep saying this every week, and just when we think they're going to stay, they get a little bit lower. So purchase transactions are surprising me every single day. We're in the low threes, which is phenomenal for Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac loans. FHA loans also pricing out very, very low. The VA loans are all under 3% as well for 100% financing. Of course, you have to qualify. So let me always add that in there. We are seeing some leveling off of all the guideline changes with the Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac loans. Remember, those are the loans that are under $510,400. So I would think that a majority of people have like a Fannie or a Freddie type of loan, 30-year fixed, under those loan guidelines, under $510,000. The jumbo market is still a little challenging. We are still getting new guideline changes every week. They are tightening the reins a little bit more for self-employed borrowers, especially. So if you are thinking of possibly purchasing a new home in the next 60, 90 to 120 days, and it is going to be a loan amount higher than $510,401, that would fall into the jumbo world. If you're a self-employed borrower, you had better get on the phone with your mortgage professional and make sure that you can qualify immediately. This is not even something that you can mess around with, especially if a home purchase is on the line. So if there's a takeaway today and you're a self-employed borrower, it's please reach out to your mortgage professional immediately. Rates are okay in the jumbo world. They're not great, but they're still good. They're moderate, not as good as Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. We are, still seeing a lot of the suspensions with the home equity loans if we needed to do something like that. but we're still trying to be creative. We're still trying to figure it out. And that's what we do. We work outside and just try and make it happen for our clients if we possibly can. So regarding appraisals, we're getting a ton of appraisal waivers for refinances if there's enough equity. And what is an appraisal waiver? That means that if it's a Freddie Mac or a Fannie Mae loan under $510,400, and we run you through the automated system of Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac, it can potentially spit out an acceptance of the value of your property. And that means we don't even need an appraisal. So that takes 2 weeks off of your refinance. It also saves you, $400 to $500 off of an appraisal fee. And you don't need a stranger coming into your home to actually walk through and take photos. So it's a win-win for everybody. So we're excited about that. I'm seeing, I get 2 or 3 a day. So it's very exciting, actually. And we're seeing a lot of those for purchases as well, which is also exciting, because how great is it if you're in multiple offer situation, and Stephanie will talk to you about the real estate market, because things are moving. If you're in a multiple offer situation, contact someone like myself, your mortgage professional. Have your borrower be fully pre-approved. We run them through the system. Make sure we get an appraisal waiver. So when you put your offer in, you can go in letting the sellers know that you don't even need an appraisal. I guarantee you, you'll get that deal before another person gets it. So if that's something that we can help make your offer stand out for one of you, your agent, your client, that's what we're here to do. We're here to help support you. And we'll do the due diligence. Just let us know what it is that we need to do, how to get you there, and we'll make it happen. So that's it for today.
Thanks, Patty. That was awesome. I love to hear that rates are still low. It helps what we do. Helps people, want to buy houses when rates are low. So
it sure does. It sure does. So we're happy to help.
Thank you. And yeah, we are getting a lot of appraisal waivers, which is very helpful, for our offers, and agents are very surprised by that when you say, when's the appraisal? We got a waiver, we're good. So it's really, really helpful in offers. I wanted to thank you, Patty, for the update again. Hopefully it continues every week for you to say rates are still low.
I hope so too.
Okay. We were a little nervous there for a little bit
when
it started. So I just wanted to give a little real estate update from the Andre Group. Overall numbers for the week of May 4th, MLS residential properties all around are down. So let's see. So closed listings are down 39%, under contracts 19%, and new listings are down 28.7%. But that's overall MLS. So this is not, this is all over Illinois, anywhere that our MLS covers, including private listings. I think that there is a lack of inventory, which we are seeing personally from our buyers. The entire team, we're working with several buyers and several sellers. We saw ourselves a halt in listings that were supposed to be on a couple months ago. Now they're starting to say, let's get ready and let's get on the market in a couple of weeks. I'm showing more off-market listings, and so is my team, than ever before. We're calling temporarily off the market properties that have come off because of COVID to see when they're going to start allowing showings, because the inventory need is there. Demand is high, rates are low, supply is low. Definitely, if you were thinking about selling your house, think about it. Really, really hard. If you've been sitting at home and thinking to yourself, oh my gosh, I wish this, I wish that, I just don't think we can make what we want out of this house. Now's the time to do it. Because inventory is low, generally you can get a great price for your house and sell quickly, which would help you on the purchase end because you're not going in with a contingent offer. So I would definitely, if it's something that's on your mind, call us. Call the Andre Group. We work everywhere from the suburbs to the city. We have a team, that covers everywhere. We're very familiar with northwest suburbs, north side of the city. And we can definitely give you an idea of what your home could sell for and connect you with Patty on, how you can buy. And it's such cheap money. It is such cheap money. It's ridiculous. And if you see what you're paying to own a home versus paying somebody else to own a home by renting, it will blow your mind. So definitely reach out if it's something that you've been thinking about. And that's my update for the week. So we're going to end here, like I promised, with a little special guest. My daughter Isabella, who is 10 years old, has been doing a series on social media and YouTube, Bella Sings for Smiles, which she started at the beginning of the pandemic. She's gotten a lot of great feedback for it. And it's a cute little 10-year-old with an amazing voice singing a song to make you smile. So we thought with Melanie's topic today that we could have Bella close the show for a little more positive energy. So I'm going to bring Bella on now. There she goes. Say hi, everyone.
Hi,
All right, she's going to sing. What do you sing?
I'm going to be singing Rise Up.
Go ahead. You're broken down.
Yeah, I was about to sing you Raise
Oh,
Up.
yeah. All right.
Broken down and tired, living life on merry-go-round. You can find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. Mountains, we gon' walk it out and mountains. And I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, high like the waves, I'll rise up, in spite of the ache, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you, for you.
Awesome job, Bella. That was great. So everybody, hope we brought you some positive vibes today. Want to thank our special guest, Melanie Santostefano. Thank you to my team, the Andre Group. Thank you to Patty Dalcos for always being so amazing and giving us great updates. Reach out to us with any questions that you have. And thank you. Have a great week. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Ready?
Bye.
Bye.